Do you feel like you'll never reach your goal? If there's something that you've been trying to do, wanting to do, dreaming about doing, and you set out on the step to achieve those goals, and it just seems like it's not going to happen. You've been trying and trying, maybe even praying and doing all kind of things you could do, speaking affirmations, all kind of things, and it's just not happening. So you wonder, well, maybe this thing is not for me. Maybe this thing is for other people, but it may not be for me. Maybe you want to be a singer. Maybe you want to be like Mariah Carey or Whitney Houston or Celine Dion or anyone. Maybe you want to sing. And you've been trying and trying and trying, taking voice lessons and recording demos and talking to people. Maybe you want to be a famous, I don't know, basketball player, for lack of a better thing. You've been practicing and trying and doing all the things you want to do, and going to AAU games and practicing your fundamentals and your shooting, and maybe even hiring a coach. And year after year, nothing seems to happen. Maybe you want to be, I don't know, a doctor, for example. You've done all the things you could do. You've studied hard. You got your grades. You've applied to medical school or dental school, in my case, and it's just not happening. You know, I don't know. Maybe you want to be an astronaut. You know, you tried all those things. You have dreams. You have goals. You have something that you feel like you were here, you were meant to do, and it's not happening. But you know what? What I want to tell you, don't give up. What? That's what I said. Don't give up. Keep on trying. Keep on trying. Keep on trying, no matter how bad it seems. And I know it's easy for me to say, and you don't believe this, or you may not, because you've heard all those cliches. You've heard of oh, though a man falls down 7 times, he still gets up again, and get up after failure. You've heard those things before, but in your life, you don't see anything happening. But you know what? There are 3 things I want to tell you that you can do right now that'll make a big difference in your life if you don't give up. Okay? The first thing is to stop looking at why it's not working. People who get depressed or get disillusioned, you know what they do? They focus only on themselves. They focus only on their bills, the rejection, the delay, why it's not happening, the failure, the closed doors, and eventually discouragement takes over. I know how it feels. I know how it feels to be rejected. I'm a dentist by profession. I love what I do, but that was the time when I lost my license. Yeah, I lost my dental license. It's back in the past, and I'll speak more about that later. But during that time when I didn't have my license, I tried and tried and tried and tried and tried to get it back. I'm saying I'm a dentist. I should be able to get my license back easily. No, it didn't work like that. I had to try several times. But you know what? I didn't give up. Were there times I was disillusioned? Were there times I was discouraged? Were there times I wanted to quit? Sure. When I had a job during the times I was out of practice, I had a job knocking on doors. You know my story. Knocking on doors, trying to sell property tax relief services, getting rained on, getting chased by dogs, getting stung by bees, getting laughed at, pointed at. Look at this guy trying to sell something. They didn't know I was a dentist. I was just being teased because I'm some guy going around knocking on doors trying to sell property tax protesting services. But you know what? Yeah, I was disillusioned. Yeah, I was discouraged. But I always knew I wanted to have my license back. I always knew I really wanted to be a dentist. That's my case. You may not want to be a dentist, but that was my example. If there's something you really want, don't give up. Stop looking at why it's not working. Stop looking at that. You know what you do instead? Get to work. Decide on what you want to do. Start taking steps. Look at what you have to do and take action every single day. Every single day. Do something as small as little things. Say you want to be a YouTube creator. Okay, find out what it takes. Go to OpenAI and it's free. Log on there, get your ChatGPT account. Ask ChatGPT, what are the things I need to do to start my own YouTube channel? It'll tell you what to do. It'll give you a list of things to do, and you just start doing those things, do a little bit every day. The idea is to do something every day and stay consistent. So instead of wallowing around, worried about rejection, getting disillusioned, worried about closed doors, take action. Whether it could be big or small. It's better if you start small because that way you can get momentum and start making real changes. The second thing, as I just alluded to, keep moving, albeit slowly. Whatever dreams or goals you have, find out what it takes. Start doing those things every single day. It can be a small thing, but it's still part of the total goal of getting to where you want to go. Just keep moving, albeit slowly. Take steps every single day. There are going to be days when you get up and you're just not going to feel like it. It's easy to stay in bed, or it's easy to drown yourself in TV or watch the internet or something like that. And you feel like, oh man, I'm older, it's not going to happen for me. That's the trap. That's the trap. That's what society wants you to think. You have to keep on trying. Inch by inch, everything's a cinch. You heard that before. It's nothing new. But the main things I want you to know from personal experience, I was disillusioned. And I want to tell you that if you keep striving toward your goals, you will get it. Read one chapter a day, like I said, send one email, make one phone call. Small actions repeated consistently over time yields big results. But you have to start with the small actions and the consistency. You're not going to see it happening today or tomorrow or next week. But that's what you do. Don't worry about that. You worry about staying consistent. That's all you worry about doing. Repeated actions consistently over time gives you the results. And the third thing I want you to do is to protect your mind from negative voices. What's that? TV, television. I got nothing against TV, but I'm telling you, there's an old adage that I've read in another book. It says garbage in, garbage out. If you spend your time watching the late night news or the early morning news, or you surfing the internet, or you checking emails and looking on social media and TikTok, looking at everybody else, seeing what they're doing, and looking at negative stuff like, you know what negative stuff is, car wrecks, violence, like the evening news, things like that. That'll affect you. You may not think it doesn't, but it does. Garbage in, garbage out. If you watch that stuff, notice your reactions. Notice how maybe grouchy or obstinate you are, or how you're not very social because your mind's filled with garbage. You want to fill your mind with positive things, books, tapes, association with positive people. Get around those positive things, and you'll become positive. You become more uplifting. You become a better person to other people. If you constantly feed your mind on negativity, fear, and hopelessness, eventually you will quit. Protect your mindset. Feed your faith more than you feed your fear. Now, you know the Bible. The Bible is a really important book in my life. And if you read it and do what it says, it'll be a very important book in your life as well. In the Bible, it says, let us not become weary in well doing, for at the proper time we will reap harvest if we do not give up. Notice the last part. It says, if we do not give up. So, whatever you want to do in life, don't give up. It's yours. It's right there in your hand. You decide whether you achieve it or not. No one else, not society, not anyone else. If there's something you want, you're the only person that decides if you get it or not by the actions you take today. Okay? So remember, stop focusing on what's wrong. Keep moving even slowly. Protect your mind from negativity. Don't quit before your breakthrough comes. That's what I want to tell you today. Don't quit before your breakthrough comes because it's coming, even if you don't see it. Okay? If you like this channel, go down to the bottom and click the like button. If you don't like it, click the unlike button. Put something in the comment. Let me know what I can do to serve you better. I'll be right back here next time with more uplifting videos to change your life. Am I where I want to be? No, but I'm on my way, and I'm taking as many people at it that I can from personal experience. I've gone through this before. I'm no expert, but I know how it feels to be disillusioned. I know how it feels to feel like your goals are never going to happen. But I'm telling you from personal experience what I did and what works for me, and it'll work for you as well if you follow the same steps. Like I always said, if you want to go through a minefield, okay, if you want to walk through a minefield, you find the steps of those who have gone before you who have successfully navigated the minefield. You want to cross a minefield, you step in those steps of the person who has gone successfully through the minefield. Same thing here. If you want to get over your fears, if you want to create your goals in life, you follow people, not me, for example. You find somebody who's done something that you really want to do in life, and you do what they did. Like Tony Robbins said, you find somebody and you model what they do, and you'll get the same results. Anyway, that's all I have for you today, and I'll see you next time, okay? Take care. Bye.